But again, I'm a man that show receipts. Like I mean, Joey's seen it, Twitter's seen it. There's some random ass Instagram account named who's obviously a part of Starborn, and he sends me their fighter meetings, like private like
Yo, yeah,
chats
you
from like
guys got an
he's up for
inside
chat.
guy.
But their own guys said it to us. We didn't press them. We didn't even ask. I walked through the front door of Pat's house, and then he just started singing like a bird.
All right, this is the truth bomb, and you're gonna remember this. All right. Slated to join the Breakout team. Will we come back and do another Breakout event?
It's no hard feelings, bro. We're not. Certain people are not gonna be dissing or dragging through the mud, but it's pretty simple. I mean, we all just started last. Obviously,
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah,
like obviously the plan was to not come back, but like I said
we might
earlier,
have to.
with the state of SCB.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's Club 508. We're back here for our first episode. You guys have been waiting for this long-awaited Lesra podcast. Oh, just do your podcast, Lesra. Just do your podcast. Well, we're fucking here. The wait is over. We got haters and lovers watching. You already know what it is. Breakout Boxing, Club 508. I am here with my co-host, with my buddy, my COO, my partner in crime. You already know what it is. Lesra Gomez.
Yeah. Yeah, ex-COO at that, now that Breakout's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't have our roles no more. Yeah. So why don't we just jump right into it, right? That's what this episode is about today. Before we go down the lineage and talk about the ins and outs of Breakout and how it started, and even before that, we need to go in depth on why Breakout is ending right now, because there's a lot of skepticism. It's this, it's that. To be honest with you, it's a little bit of both. So, Lesra, talk to us, man. Breakout is over. How are you feeling now that Breakout is over? Like, it's very simple.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bittersweet. I think we've been very consistent within the past like 3 to 4-ish years. So, there's always been that stress of next event, next event, next event,
Oh yeah.
time, money, effort, always putting into it. So now with it being done, that's why I say it's a bit bittersweet because that stress ain't there no more. Now, obviously, like we'll touch on it later. I'm doing my own side, thing now with still boxing, but that stress of like Breakout, like always having to be the top of the top, like better than everyone in the sense, like I mean, that's what we held our standard to, and that's what everyone else held our standards to as well. So not having that stress anymore is definitely good, like, but at the same time, I mean, we left the SCB in shambles a little bit, bro. Like
Yeah.
there's really that next promotion hasn't really stepped up or stood out yet. There's people in the works, like Bloodline or Starborn or Sword Seven, but as of yet, no one has lived up to
Mm-hmm.
what I guess we've done in the past. So SDB is still kind of in an iffy spot right now,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I said, it's a bit bittersweet. No stress, but at the same time, something we built for so long is now kind of in the gutter. So it's like a love
Well,
hate thing.
I wouldn't say in the gutter, right? I wouldn't say in the gutter. Breakout is always Breakout and everything like that. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
the scene is the scene. Couple of rough events since the end of our tenure. We've been gone for around a month. I think we're recording this on the 17th. Tomorrow will be the 18th, so it'll be a
Yeah,
month
literally a month
since.
to tomorrow.
Yeah. So listen, we'll talk about the scene in shambles. I'm pretty sure later in this episode, but let's go
Yeah.
down with especially a month ago, the last Breakout event, right? Breakout '09 was originally supposed to be Immortals, ended up being a collaboration with Get Back. Listen, bro, like there is a lot of things that happened in the lead up to Breakout '09. There wasn't a lot of face
Yeah.
to faces. Once the Get Back Boxing promotion side came in, nothing was really done. And to be honest with you, we had a considerable threat against
Oh
our
yeah.
promotion. And honestly, it affected me the most personally. But, I'm pretty sure we'll get into it right now. The original
Yeah.
location for Breakout Boxing Immortals, okay, we'll just say where Breakout Immortals is going to be was my gym, 33 Boxing. I'm
The
not
the
going to
'03
go.
gym.
Yeah, the '03 gym. Listen, one of our best events was held at that gym. '03.
Yep.
We're going to go into it, but '03 was fucking kick ass, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. We were excited to go back to this gym. Shit happened. There was a lot of things that happened. But long story short, they got some calls about
Yeah,
us, about Breakout Boxing. And right there and then, me and Les are thinking, like, listen, it might be time to pack it up right now. At least for now. Because it's like,
yeah.
listen, like,
Yeah, I mean,
obvious.
there's definitely talks of being canceled or rescheduled, and I
Mm-hmm.
mean, y'all know at Breakout, we've never had to cancel or like reschedule an
We
event.
never did.
We've
We
always held
never
our
did.
promise to have it on the promoted date. So yeah, this was definitely a situation where like we was very close to having to cancel the
It
event.
was so close. We ended up going with Camp Get Right a few days before this happened. So
Yeah,
the price of the venue kept going up and going up. Skepticism was going on whether we should do it at that gym because there's other workarounds with the Wi-Fi and everything like that. So I ended up calling up Damien. Damien, before like this event was conceived, he called me and said, "I want to do a collaborative event." So I called him back. He was down for it right there and then. We were going to go to Camp Get Right Boxing Gym, and it ended up working out.
yeah,
But from that perspective, that's what I was dealing with. I was dealing with the business side. I was dealing with the fact that we were losing our company, potentially going to get shut down. Whether somebody called on us or not, I don't think it was. I just think we dragged a lot of attention to ourselves because we were the biggest promotion. We generated a lot of
yeah.
numbers with our announcements and everything like that. So it's insane. But I'm gonna let you talk about what comes with the social side because
Yeah, I was
well,
gonna say because not
yeah,
that wasn't like the
yeah,
only thing almost stopping us for this event. I mean, I think it's pretty evident. I'll speak on them very by name and very clearly. Obviously, Starborn was created, and it was created during like the build up of '09, and it was. I mean, even to this day, the team's full of people that just don't like me, don't like you, don't like Breakout.
yeah.
So their entire team, they like to deny it now, but I'm a man who likes to keep receipts. And obviously, if they got to be posted, they'll be posted later on. But Starborn, like many others in the past, they try to they try to they try to ruin our event. Like,
They really did.
they
Like,
were
yeah.
contacting multiple fighters, getting the fighters to pull out, being like, if you want to fight on Starborn, you can't fight on Breakout. Offering them like paid incentives so they would fight on their card rather than like a non-paid percent like thing for a card. Multiple fighters. Like I said, I got receipts, bro. DM me talking about Starborn will not let me compete on their card if I fight on your card. And then it even tripled over to where Starborn was kicking off fighters from their card who are either signed to Breakout or I guess like close to us or some shit. Like, obviously the only one I can think of right now is Pascal Logic because I think that was like the most public one, or I guess maybe even the only one.
But he
But
was kind of
regardless,
cool with us. Like Pascal has always been like a really
Pascal
cool
signed
guy.
to well, he was signed to Breakout,
Yeah.
and
Like
from like I said, I'll tell it straight. This I told y'all Jeff Teague shit at Breakout '09 Fight Week. Hellboy Kel was telling us the deets to everything. Like,
yeah. Yeah, sorry
all right,
Hellboy,
yo,
but that's
Kel,
true.
Kel, you're in Arizona now, so
He's
the big
safe.
bad Cody, the big bad Kodiak can't touch you, gang.
The big bad bear.
But no, Kel told us everything about how like Starborn, the people at Starborn wanted to kick out Joey from the group,
It's
about
fucking
like how,
crazy.
like bro, anything and everything that we should not have heard, we heard at Breakout '09, and it definitely just answered a lot of our thoughts and questions go building up to it. Like, oh, maybe they were doing this, maybe doing that. They were.
Yeah.
They can deny it all they want, but their own guys said it to us. We didn't press them. We didn't even ask. I walked through the front door of Pat's house and then he just started singing like a bird.
No,
I didn't.
listen.
I didn't say not one word to
People
him.
people were singing in this house full songs,
Yeah,
not
not just Kel
mistaking
either.
any
Kelly,
lyrics.
let me say that. Not just Kelly. The Kel. I mean, he's like the only guy a part of Starborn, so that's why I said his name first. But hey, Kel ain't the only one. People were not Diesel, Kel, everybody, Intrepid. Like, everyone was saying everything, bro. Like,
Nobody forced us to say anything. And you want to
no
know
one
the
forced
reason?
nobody.
Because we care about these guys. People will say that,
Yeah,
oh, we don't have medics at our show. Oh, this, that, and the third. Yeah, we're running smoker boxing events. We're not running like a professional
professional
show. It's
OM,
not a
like
professional
others
show.
claim to be.
No, like it's like legit, and that's a problem we can get into. But legit, the problem is, in my opinion, I think it's very disingenuous because we never did that to other promotions. we were very open for our fighters going and fighting on other promotions. Our own fighters were on Starborn, and we didn't
Yeah,
have a fucking problem with it at all.
literally. Had the biggest beef with Starborn, but yeah, I was still letting my fighters fight on their card. Like I didn't care.
And listen, the streets are always talking, okay?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
understand this how it goes. The streets are talking.
And
And listen,
this is something too. People love to like think I like manipulate people. The nickname I think is like Puppet Master or whatever. People think I'm just like some crazy manipulative guy. But again, I'm a man that show receipts. 90% of the information I've posted, talked about, is just willingly coming to me. Like I mean, Joey's seen it, Twitter's seen it. There's some random ass Instagram account named Carlos, who's obviously a part of Starborn, and he sends me their fighter meetings, like private like
yo, yeah,
chats
you
from like
guys got an
he's out the
inside
chat.
guy. You guys got
That's what
an
I'm saying. Like
inside
there's
guy.
inside guys of their team telling us things that obviously they don't want people to know.
And we don't ask
But
for it.
it's I don't ask for nothing. But
We don't
obviously
ask
we're
for
always gonna be painted
nothing.
as the I'm always gonna be painted as the bad guy because I let everyone know transparency. But that's for another point. Long story short, Starborn's been at it from the jump, which is why I mean, we'll talk about it eventually. But that's why I retaliated in the way I did. I tweeted it. I was telling people from the jump, once Breakout ends, it's raps.
And
Like
listen,
yeah,
speaking of that, like, bro, we like like let's get down to business, okay? Little Joey, all right, this is a truth bomb, and you're gonna remember this, all right? Little Joey was slated to join the Breakout team, okay? And
because we signed
he
him and
left.
Vass. We signed him and Vass like the same week.
We signed him in, yeah, the same week, right? Same week, all this is going down, right? Christian Chrissy did something. He says like the N word.
He was on a TikTok live promoting his fight against like Vinnie Carlson and all of them, and he had people like Nelly G's and like some guy named Ike Smooth, who I guess was their manager at the time. He was a white guy, but they used to like people say I manipulate. They used to manipulate Christian Chrissy, who I mean, shout out my guy Christian. We all know he's not fully there. They were
That's true.
manipulating him to saying the N word this, N word that. And then, Joe, I mean, Christian was beefing with people like Kel and little Joey. And obviously when they're shit talking, he's been forced to say those words. So he gonna say the N word. And that forced little Joey to get mad and upset at Breakout. So where he left Breakout, not in a good way or professional way. He left Breakout by just shitting on us in a private group
Yeah,
chat.
shitting on
We
us
we
was
we
fucking
we
bullshit.
addressed him. Well, when he was shitting on us, he was still part of the team. We didn't know he had left. So once we got sent the messages again, somebody sent us messages from his group chat, shit talking Breakout when he was a signee. So we saw that and instantly we go address him. And then that's when he's like, yo, fuck y'all, da 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 da, I'm leaving. Christian Chrissy N word this, Christian Chrissy N word that. And then trickled down a few months down the line, he has his own promotion, Breakout online fight week. Again, I didn't ask to be there, but people was on the phone call with the Starborn guys. And it's still unreleased, full unreleased video, 9 minutes
But
long.
it's
Of
real.
every
It's real.
100% real,
It's real.
100% real.
Listen, we know the law. Over
Honestly,
at Breakout, we know
it's
the
even more
law.
than 9 minutes. There's two different recordings from the same call from like a earlier in the night. Then we took a break and then we started doing it again. But yeah, like it's real, and like I haven't released the full thing yet. I've only released two little snippets of it, and those two did the damage I guess I was looking for that moment of time. Cause people to see the true, like disgusting nature that they are. People saw how unprofessional they can be, and not everybody, but enough people did pull out. So I feel like what needed to be done
Especially
was
Lonely
done.
Seasons. He pulled out too. He pulled out. He was messaging Lesra being like, I got a better opportunity from Starborn. They're paying me. And listen,
Yeah,
if they're a professional show, like if they're not a professional show, they are lying about the sanctioning. They are lying about whatever they're saying. I had
yeah,
Forrest
that's
clowning
already
on
been
me the other
established too.
day.
They've been promoting fake shit since the jump.
No,
Pro fights
100%.
fake, amateur fights fake. That's why after I exposed everything, there's never been another post or promotion talking about it's a pro am event. You saw they released their full card. Everything's uh, SBINF, which means Starborn Influencer Bouts, which is basically exhibitions, which is basically what we do, right? But no, they're bigger than SCB. Da 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 da. So it's just shit that's very plain out in the open that people people are too blind to see because they just feel like it's an opportunity. But every opportunity isn't a good opportunity, which is why I have been very vocal about everything they do wrong. Because now that Breakout's not here and people aren't holding Breakout under a microscope, I can kind of do the same thing now. Because even though there was some fuck ups on our part for sure, we ain't denying it. But they try to act like they were just bigger than the program, and unfortunately, someone had to bring them back to reality. That someone was me. And like I said, now they've changed up their whole thing, bro. There's no pro fights, there's no pro am events. Like they've just had to restructure their whole card because they just lied.
Yeah,
It
so
seems to
only
be
the
like a very pattern, like a consistent pattern between those guys too. They lie a lot.
yeah, so only the top two fights are pro fights apparently. You know what I mean? So
No,
like, yeah,
no. Supposedly only one pro fight is there, and that's fucking Ziggy Johnson and SOG. But even then, there's no paper trail of them being sanctioned or even attempted to sanction as a pro bout.
no,
Supposedly,
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
gym, supposedly, again, from people on their team that I heard in person, supposedly the gym, because they were talking about it as it was some big ass crazy like professional venue. It's in some kind of boxing gym that's like a 200 capacity per like thing. That's like fucking the Maryland events that we used to host. Obviously, we didn't do 200 people in it, but those were capacity for even more than 200 people. So their venue is nothing crazier than a fucking breakout event. Whether they have people there or not, I mean, I highly fucking doubt it, but I guess we'll see. But they claim to have been whatever gym they're working with is helping them do their pro shit. That's not how it works. Like again, like we've been in the game long enough. We've looked at every
yeah.
option to go from sanctioned events to pro fights and everything under the sun. Like even though we didn't do it, we know about it. We looked at every option to make Breakout as legit as possible. We never fully pushed it that way because we always knew our events was coming to an end. And we had it from the plan from the jump. Breakout 10 was really going to be the last Breakout event, no matter when it happened, and then we was going to stop. Like we've been talking about this since 2023. But obviously, certain situations happen with, you know, promotions like Starborn trying to cancel our events, get people to pull out. Like Pat said earlier, hit his gym and USA Boxing supposedly contacting, trying to get us shut down too. There's a lot of moving factors as to why we had to, stop Breakout. But I don't regret it because
Yeah,
now,
no,
now I got the like freedom to speak how I want without ruining any business opportunities or business things with anybody in SCB. And that's why I wanted to start this podcast. And like I said earlier, I'm calling names, people by names. Like it's unwrapping the fucking tinfoil, and we letting it all out, bro. Like this is what SDB's needed, bro. Full transparency, and I'm here to give it to y'all the best I can.
no, absolutely. We're here for full transparency. That's what we're here to do. You know what I mean? Like the fucking cat's out of the bag. The secrets are here. You know what I mean? So that's why we're here doing this, and we're gonna be here weekly doing this, talking about the ins and outs and how the brand's been moving and how everything's gonna be going. So yeah, I'm fucking excited for it. But yeah, no, Breakout '09, like it went through after all this shit. It ended up happening. So like that's okay. And at the end of the day, that's what we really that was the set goal. No matter if we had like a lot of these problems in the way, we still were able to get the job done. I was
Yeah,
able to defeat Rafi. That was nice and everything. And now we move on to bigger and better things. Now, will we come
for sure.
back and do another breakout event? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure right now.
I'll say this. Obviously, the plan was to not come back, but like I said
We might
earlier,
have to.
with the state of SCB, not look. I told y'all full transparency. Some people may be mad. Some people we call friends may be mad, but it's full transparency. It's no hard feelings, bro. We're not. Certain people are not going to be dissing or dragging through the mud. But it's pretty simple. I mean, we all just saw the last Bloodline event. Obviously,
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
like obviously, like I said, Trip is one of our boys, right? So I'm not gonna sit here and drag him like maybe other people would, especially right now, the state of Intrepid and SCB. Nobody likes him, right? Whether that's his fault
Yeah,
or not,
Intrepid
nobody.
stock is all time at an all time low.
So, but like
All
with
time low.
Bloodline, bro, with Bloodline, they got fucked over. Now all the Starborn guys blame it on me. I ruined Bloodline, da 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 da. For a minute, people like Sean was running the same narrative. I ruined Bloodline, da 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 da. But we all know. Me, you, Waffle, Francis, Mark, we all told each other from the jump, don't fill your card with them Starborn guys,
They're gonna
because they're
fuck you
gonna pull
over.
out. They're gonna
They're
fuck
gonna
you
fuck
over
you
and pull
over.
out before the
They
event
fucked them
happens.
over. That's what they did.
Yeah. So
They
once again, Starborn went out of their way and they fucked over yet another event. Now that like I said, their scapegoat is that I fucked the event up, so they pulled out whatever the fuck
yeah
happened.
yeah scratch all that. They want the scene for themselves. They just want everybody to go to them and
Yeah,
be like, these guys are the bad guys.
they're
We're the
trying to
good
move like
guys.
they're literally trying to move like 2023 Breakout, but unfortunately, they're not as good, bro. Like
Dude, no, fuck that. Because
I'll
even
say it,
2023 Breakout,
I'll say it. It might be egotistical, but bro, we had this scene in a monopoly.
we
Anything
had
and everything ran through
everything,
Breakout. No
everything.
matter what, no matter what promotion it was, people used to come to me. Yo, should I do this fight? Should I make this person fight? Da, 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 da. Like people used to say I was a puppet master. Probably, bro, because literally I had my hand in every single promotion, whether I wanted to or not. People just knew that we knew what the fuck we were doing to some extent, at least better than the others. So they came to us for advice and seeked help. And that's what we did. But unlike Starborn, they're doing it in a whole different way. Like, yeah, we try to manipulate the scene, but in a less negative way. We was helping people, but got them under our wings to where we stay out, I guess, a little bit of control. But Starborn, they're trying to take everyone down to have control, and which is why it's not working out. Like people like Rand and Nolan said it the best a few weeks ago in the Twitter space. Through the bit up of '09, when Starborn and Breakout first started beefing, they had us by the balls. Like we was losing bad. But that's why I've said it from the jump. When it comes to public back and forth with the companies, bro, to let that shit ride or it'll die out. So we let Starborn win for the longest. They had the upper hand. But that's why I was tweeting during fight week, bro. Just wait until this event's over with. We're flipping this shit on his head. And now we're at the state we are now. Breakout's not here, but Breakout's still like some of the talked about shit in here, bro. People are asking for Breakout on a day-to-day basis. I don't know about you, but I get messages all the time from Instagram, people that
I
don't even
do,
aren't
I
like
do.
people who aren't even in SCB hit me up on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, still asking for Breakout. Like it's just not like at least right now it's not coming
Yeah,
back. You you
yeah.
you guys don't deserve it. Like unfortunately enough, you guys pushed us out. Something that we enjoyed doing, even though it was like stressful and shit at times. We enjoyed it a lot. But you guys forced our hand and forced us out. So now we're gonna let y'all live with the consequences, which is underperforming promotions. So maybe we'll come back
Yeah.
again. Maybe we won't. But at the end of the day, this is a decision that they made, and we lived up to it. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Yeah, no. It's yeah, yeah. Nah, but I mean, like, listen. Now that Breakout '09 is over, it was a successful event. There was some controversy with the appeal there, and I'm sure
Oh
we'll talk
yeah.
about
Let's
yeah.
get into the appeal. Yeah. So obviously, I guess I'll take it over because you was one of the judges. So we
Uh,
can give y'all shit real quick. We can shit on y'all real quick. So obviously, typical breakout, understaffed. A lot of people in SCB, not even just breakout itself. A lot of people in SCB don't know boxing. At least the proper way. Fighting is different than knowledge. But like when it comes to like scoring fights, things that a lot of people are just not up to par when it comes to judging. And we knew that. We know that. It's been 9 events and the same shit happens every event. But unfortunately, like I said in the DDK space, you got to play the cards you're dealt. The cards we were dealt was a few inexperienced judges. Now, unfortunately, it had to happen on the main event. But again, what is breakout without a controversial ending? So we
yeah,
had Carlos from Get Back, who people would I'm sure people would slate as a competent judge. But then we had the man himself, Pat Typhlosion, who people I mean, I don't know if what people's like ideas on Pat and his not boxing knowledge. He has 12 fights, 11 of them are wins, but he don't really know boxing like that to the point of scoring boxing. I'm sure you can speak on that a little bit, Pat. Like,
I mean, yeah, yeah. I guess, yeah.
I mean, do you agree? Or I mean, you can totally disagree. I could be just talking
I
shit,
do
but
agree. Yeah, I do. I do.
and then we had Andrew, Mick Weeks, and I mean, it was just poor picks of judges. But again, we had a very few very little pool of people to pick out of. A lot of people we did ask on the night just straight up declined it, and these were the guys that said yes. So we again had to play the cards we were dealt. Unfortunately, well, I feel like now it's kind of more of an even split. But at
Mm-hmm.
least when it happened, majority of the scene thought robbery, like Divine would have won. Me personally, I've said it on the night and I've stuck to it. I mean, I was the ref. I thought Nolan did enough to win the fight. I had it 3-2 Nolan with I think Nolan won in the first, fourth, and fifth, or first, third, and fifth, one of those two. But yeah, I had it 3-2 Nolan at the jump. But obviously we went through the appeal. I'll speak on it too, because Nolan hasn't spoke on it yet. I gave him the clearance to speak on it, but he told me he doesn't want to. But I can if I want to, and I do. So when it comes to the appeal, there was obviously he could have thought he won, his team could have thought he won, but he said on the microphone that he wasn't going to submit an appeal. But he had received a message. I don't know if it was that same night or like a couple days after. I don't really know the timeline specifically. But he said he received a message from one of the judges, Andrew Weeks, and he said some pretty interesting things in the message, like how
Yeah.
he had like I guess he had like don't quote me on the message. I don't have it in front of me, but something along the lines of he had a bias towards Nolan, like in favor of Nolan. So when he was scoring the fight, if there was a round that he thought was in Nolan's or a close round that could have swung to Nolan, I guess he instead swung it to Zach, so it didn't look like he had bias towards Nolan. Again, don't quote me on that thing because I don't have the message in front of me. But from my understanding, that's what was said, and that was the main reason why Nolan and his team had pushed for a an appeal.
Yeah.
Fortunately enough, or unfortunately for him, he had more than enough grounds to push for a no contest. And I think after talking to the people that hosted the appeals and just other information from the outside, I do think he would have been granted an appeal because if you have a bias towards a fighter, obviously you shouldn't be judging. But again, had a short pool of people. But if you have a bias towards a fighter, usually you don't pick against the fighter you have a bias towards if the round's close and you think they won the round. Like it just a lot of the things don't really make too much sense. So I personally think if he would have called for a no contest, he definitely would have got it. But fortunately or unfortunately enough, he went for the win because him, myself, and others thought he won, but unfortunately, I had a pool of 7 to I think 9 judges rejudge the fight for an appeal, and the majority thought Zach won the fight. So, you know, I guess the rightful winner of the night, Love Life Zach, and yeah, I,
Yeah.
I don't
It
personally
saves
agree with
my
it.
ass a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It
it
saved
definitely
my.
does. Obviously, that's something like I won't speak for Andrew. If he ever wants to go publicly and speak on this himself, he can. But that's something he said too. Like, obviously, his scorecard couldn't have been too wrong if majority of the people, I guess, who rejudged the fight thought Zach won it. But yeah, that's the appeal.
I mean, yeah.
I know, like I said, I know Nolan didn't want to talk on this too much. Specifically that part with Andrew. Even though I gave him the green light, but he told me if I wanted to speak on it, I could. And this was our first time coming out public with that information. So
No,
take
absolutely.
that how you will.
But I mean, yeah. Other than that, successful event, and I'm pretty sure, like in other episodes, we're gonna be breaking down more specifics on like what happened on it and the specifics and
Yep.
everything like that. It's just this is just a first episode to make sure the people know about Club 508 and what's coming
So
next week.
508. Yeah.
People gotta know.
Yeah, I
Let us
will
know.
I will say, Pat, my fault, Pat. You touched on it a little bit earlier. I think we're aiming to like one a week, but depending on what is brought up during the week, yeah, I could see timeline looks like. I know Bloodline just ended. I think the next event is Sword Seven. I think that's the
Yeah.
next
Now
one.
Sword 7. Yeah, we'll talk about
Yeah,
that
so
a little bit.
obviously when Sword Seven comes closer, that'll be more aimed towards that podcast. I
Yeah.
mean, I know we can if you want to touch on it a little bit here, we can, but obviously when Sword Seven gets closer, we'll have a podcast more centered towards Sword Seven. I know people know our past specifically with Sword Seven. We used to be a part of the team. We used to
Yeah,
run the
yeah. We
show,
used to be deep.
but
We used to be the team. We used to be
yeah,
the
we did.
team. Yeah, we did. We
We
used
we,
to be
we
the
we were the
team.
team for sure.
Yes. Yes, we were.
But no longer a part of it. So this is the first time that they're hosting their event without us involved. So there's definitely going to be some interesting things. I mean, people saw how heavy I was. Like I'm not want to say attacking, but criticizing Sword Seven early on because I mean, hey, bro, I don't have a hand in it no more, bro. So I feel like there's definitely some things that weren't handled a certain way that they used to be, but what can I do, bro? I'm not a part of it no more. So I can only speak as a consumer, and that's what I was trying to, convey to them at the time. It's all consumer standpoint, but I know you have your own little history with Sword Seven. So if you want to touch on that a little bit, you're
No,
more than
I mean,
more
I'm
than
pretty
welcome
sure.
to,
Listen, I'm pretty sure we can save all that lingo for when
for
Sword
sure.
7 is around. That's yeah, 100%. But I mean, hey, I'm just glad to be here. I'm just glad that we're doing this
Yeah,
because it's been a long time coming, and we're
yeah,
gonna be bring.
we've always been talking about hosting a podcast.
No,
Like
absolutely,
a
yeah,
breakout podcast since literally since I think like breakout 2 or 3. That's been a thing always wanted to do in our free time, but breakout's been consuming every little free time we've had for the past 3 years. So
yeah. No,
I
it's
think
nice to have
now
some
it's
free time. It's nice to have
facts.
some free time.
And I mean we all know without breakout like real life, and I mean at least from my side. I mean, y'all see it every couple weeks to a couple months. I'm traveling the world. I mean, I got a
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend. I'm traveling with her and shit. So it's nice that Breakout's not here right now because, like you said, a break was well needed, and I think from ever since Breakout ended this year to now, I think I've gotten more than enough vacation time in. I went to the UK, went to Canada. I'm just chilling in different states in Georgia. Seeing my boys and shit. So yeah, it's definitely been something without Breakout, but it's always good to unwind. And I hope you've been doing the same. Obviously you can speak on your own private life if you want to. You don't have to, but.
No, I've just
Yeah,
been getting ready for the. I'm just been getting ready for this UK fight. This UK fight going over, fighting Jalum, all that shit. We'll get into it at certain points, but yeah, no, it's just been good to wake up and not have to be like, yeah, I have to put $500 to something towards like
yeah,
this and
literally.
like this meant
I would say
I can do this and do
our
that.
duty with Breakout isn't done yet, though. We still
It's
got
not.
like
It's not.
30 Hall of Fame rings to order.
Mm-hmm.
We still got a couple belts
Mm-hmm.
to order. For the
Mm-hmm.
people watching, you are still getting those. We are still
Everyone is
reaching
getting
out,
them. I want my
but
ring. So
it's coming. It's gonna be a process. We got more than enough people more than enough people to get this shit too. Everyone's not gonna get it immediately, so just be patient with us. We don't forget. We're not forgetting y'all. We talk about it every day. We work on it every day to get people their shit. So just be patient with us. We got a lot of money to dish out for these rings, for these belts. You know what I mean, and a lot of different little extra things here and there. So just make sure y'all bear with us, man.
no, absolutely. Please bear with us. And listen, next episode, I guarantee you, we're going to go more in depth with
Oh
stuff that
yeah,
happened on the
and a
Breakout
lot more
'09
shit.
card.
A lot more
Nah,
shit.
a lot more shit. Absolutely. Listen,
Which I
gang.
guess we had a question though before we ended off. We had a question.
Yeah.
I guess maybe the viewers can answer it. Should we start the episodes going all the way back to Breakout 1 and speak about shit that happened then, and then
Yeah.
translate all the way to
Yeah.
now? Or should we kind of go backwards and start now, like we did with '09 today? Go a little bit more in depth from like recent events, and then go back in time. Mind the dogs, but yeah, let us know in the comments. Y'all want us to start at Breakout 1 all the way to 9, or start at 9 and go all the way to 1? Let us know.
Yeah, though, definitely let us know. Listen, you can catch us here weekly. You already know what it is. It's Club 508. Make sure you guys
All right.
like and subscribe to Breakout Boxing. You already know what it is. Watch our events, watch our fights, watch our face-to-faces. That's what y'all need to do. And stay tuned for what we got going on soon. Club 508. We will see you next time.